Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? How many of you can hear me? Wave your hand.
All right. Looks like just about everybody.
All right. My name is Stan Stricker. I'm from WCLO and WJVO Radio. How many people listen to WCLO or WJVO?
My name is Rose Stricker from LocalVisionTV.com and WSJY. How many of you tune in for free news updates weekday mornings? Thank you.
All right, before we begin, we have an exciting night lined up for you, compliments of the Janesville Police Department. We do have to warn you of a couple of things. First of all, if you can't touch the curb or are on the grass, please stay out of the road. Cars will be moving, dogs will be biting, flashbangs will be banging, and very ugly perpetrators on trucks will look very ugly. All right, again, welcome to the Janesville Police Department's National Night Out. Let's begin, though, with a round of applause and a big hoot and holler for the Janesville Police Department. And now we would like to introduce to you the man who actually grew up in this community and has never talked about his past as a child, Janesville's Police Chief, David Moore.
Hello, Janesville. I'll tell you what we tell the Janesville police officers, and we say that Janesville is a wonderful community. We've got good schools, we've got great parks, we've got good government, good police officers, friendly kids, and we think that Janesville will remain great if we keep it safe. And by we, I mean all of you helping the police officers of the Janesville Police Department. We can't do it alone. We can't go it alone. We need all of your help. When you see crime, you report it, you dial 911, you let us know. When you see an officer, you approach them, talk with them, give them your support, and collectively, we'll keep Janesville a very, very safe place, and we'll have good times like we're going to have tonight. Okay, Janesville, we're going to have some fun tonight. Say hi to the officers when it's over. They're all here to hang with you a little bit.
Thank you, Officer Chief Moore.
Yeah, he's chief. He started out as an officer. He used to work like nights. Now he doesn't even do holidays and weekends. But Police Chief David Myman's so much trouble.
SWAT. We've got a lot to tell you about the Janesville SWAT team. They were formed in 1998, consisting of 15 SWAT operators, 5 snipers, and 6 crisis negotiators. They actually reduce the risk of injury or loss of life to citizens, suspects, and police officers. And the SWAT teams are trained and equipped to peacefully resolve various types of incidents, including barricaded suspects, hostage situations, and high-risk warrants. And the snipers provide armed cover to the SWAT operators during an incident. Negotiators attempt to talk to the suspects peacefully to resolve an incident.
Now, if SWAT wasn't enough, the Janesville Police Department also has a mobile field force. Now, chances are you don't know a lot about this because it was formed just last year. The JPD Mobile Field Force team consists of 15 officers that have training and talent with large groups like you. JPD Mobile Field Force team can be used as a regional mobile field force team with squads from Rock County Sheriff and the Beloit Police Department. The Mobile Field Force team will be activated for civil disturbance, political events, sporting events, large-scale traffic events, and potentially violent protests.
Now today the Janesville Police Department is going to be performing a scenario to highlight some of their skills and equipment, and all of the equipment you'll see used has been rendered safe. However, during this scenario, the SWAT team will be using a distraction device commonly referred to as a flashbang. When a flashbang is deployed, it makes a loud bang designed to distract the suspect. Now, if the flashbang lands near you, don't touch it. It's extremely hot. So stay clear of the demonstration area, stay back to the curb, and enjoy the show.
All right, now I want to warn you again about the flash bang. The police department is very concerned it's going to make a very loud noise, so the advice is, when you see this very ugly gentleman drop a flag, I probably should stop calling you that, drop a flag that says bang, you're going to want to cover your ears, especially if you're in the region where it's going to come. So let's practice that. Everybody, cover your ears. Now obviously it's loud because they use this to disorient someone who would do someone else harm, so it's got to be loud. It's got to make a big flash.
Let's get to the show. The Janesville Police Department has been called to the scene of a protest at National Night Out at the City of Janesville Police Department. That's somewhere around here. A group of radical protesters known as No Families Out Night, otherwise known as No Fun, are in the area. They've gathered to wreak havoc upon this event, and the Janesville Police Department has activated its mobile field force and SWAT teams to handle this situation.
They did tonight, huh? One more round for the Janesville SWAT and MFF.
With the eradication of No Fun, the Janesville Police Department wishes to extend a grateful thank you to the fans of the Janesville community.
So, if they're no fun, what are you guys? What are you guys?
I think we should have the other members of the No Fun gang clean up. Oh, here they come.
There you go. Community service. It's about time you got out here.
Are you having fun now? How about a hand for the cleanup crew. If we had a one-horse town, they'd be cleaning that too.
All right, now it's time for one of every year's favorite parts of the demonstrations, the JPD K-9 presentation. So, how many of you have ever met one of the K-9 dogs? Seriously, have you? Oh, yeah. Who's met the K-9 dog? Have you? So what's your name?
Colin?
Colin, when you met the dog, was he angry?
No.
Was he scary?
Kinda.
Did he chase you?
No.
All right, that's probably good. Oh, do we have a disclaimer about the dogs and drugs? Drug-sniffing dogs? We do want to remind you before we get underway with one of the favorite parts of the show, and that is the canines, before we bring them out here. These are drug-sniffing dogs. You realize that, right? So, I just wanted to warn you that seriously, if you happen to have drugs or were smoking any or doing any recently, the dog may be very attracted to you, so you might want to go to the back of the crowd right now.
We won't watch and see who moves.
Oh, he's backing up. All right. So let's meet our four-legged friends and their handlers. Well, the Janesville Police K-9 unit was formed in October 2007. Officer Sean Mahaffey joins us with K-9 Hardy. Now, I don't want to say K-9 Hardy's a pampered dog, but he always does get to ride in the back seat. K-9 Hardy is a purebred German Shepherd born, believe it or not, in Germany on April 28, 2005. Young Hardy is 8 years old. Hey, puppy. So if K-9 Hardy's 8 years old, how old is Officer Mahaffey? Officer Mahaffey and K-9 Hardy are assigned to third shift patrol.
Six months later, in May of 2008, Officer Hageman and K-9 Caro hit the streets. K-9 Caro is also a purebred German Shepherd born in the Czech Republic on September 17, 2006, of Virgo. All right. Caro is 6 years old. Officer Hageman and Caro are assigned to second shift patrol.
Let's hear it for Officer Caro. Now, Hardy and Caro are dual-purpose canines. They are certified in both narcotics and patrol functions. Narcotics searches include cars, buildings, parcels, and the dogs are trained in the detection of, don't say I didn't warn you, marijuana, cocaine, methamphetamine, and heroin. Patrol functions include handler protection, searching for articles, building searches, area searches, and tracking or trailing people. Both canines are also trained to apprehend suspects that may flee or resist arrest, and they are truly marvels to watch in action and how well they are controlled. But before we get started with the demonstrations, we have some very special presentations that both the officers and their canine units are grateful for. Oh, now you come back for, the chief did some of them. All right, the K-9 unit would like to make a special awards presentation. The vests the dogs are wearing are bullet and stab proof. Like the officers, the dogs do need protection when going into potentially deadly situations. Now, these vests were donated and money was raised by some very special people. So the police department, and I believe all of us, would like to acknowledge their sacrifice in the interest of the dog's safety. Our first recipient is the company that makes these vests possible, Vestadog, Wisconsin. Vestadog, Wisconsin is based right here in Janesville, and since it began in 2005, the organization has provided hundreds of vests for police canines. The vests the dogs are wearing today are their second vest since they have expiration dates and do need regular replacements. Each vest is custom fit. Representing Vestadog is Carrie Kleba. She is being presented with a plaque of the two canines and their handlers. Here's Carrie Kleba, Vestadog. You hear that dog barking at me? What do you think that means? I suppose I shouldn't antagonize him. All right, our second recipient are brothers, Nathaniel and Jesse Rapson. They're from Hanover, Nathaniel and Jesse. Now you may notice they are 5- and 6-year-old brothers. Now with some help from their mother Kim, who's sitting on the curb, and grandmother Linda Stone, raised nearly $1,000 needed for a new vest by donating their own Christmas money, their own birthday money, and also collecting donations needed to buy the vest worn by Canine Hardy. I like how they actually posed for the camera. Wasn't that nice? That was pretty good. You guys, you got a future. Now our third recipients, Josh and Aaron Pearson of Janesville. Josh and Aaron. Josh, Aaron, here they are. Josh and Aaron Pearson of Janesville. Now, I love this story. The Pearsons chose to limit the expenses of their own wedding to donate the money needed for the Vest for Canine Cairo. All right, here's a nice photo op. Carrie Kleba, Nathaniel and Jesse, Josh and Aaron. Ever get chased by a dog?
Give them all a big hand. Thank you so much. All right, who's ready to see the dogs in action? A broadcast has just come over to police radio. An attempt to locate a gray Malibu car containing a suspect wanted for drug sales. There is additional information that the driver may be armed, might flee. Officer Mahaffey sees the vehicle and identifies the driver as the suspect, and he makes a traffic stop on the car.
Took me a minute to realize he's just turning around. I thought this was a pretty slow chase there for a moment. Even I could catch that car. Who needs a dog? Now, Officer Mahaffey will make several warnings before he releases the dog. And they're off to the races. it's good to see a policeman love his work so much. Now, in a normal situation, backup officers would have likely arrived to assist to handcuff the suspect and take him for medical treatment and then to jail. And they do stress medical treatment because you notice what he was wearing, and the dog loves his work.
After the suspect is taken into custody, K9 Caro does a sniff around the vehicle, and the K9 may give indications to the handler if the vehicle contains or has contained drugs.
Watch the actions of the dogs very closely, and when his handler knows, he's given an alert. Now, either he's made an alert or he wants to go for a drive. You know, I'm going to guess the dogs are trained very differently too. There it is, Officer Caro. We should probably also mention Officer, or as his fellow officers like to call him, Decoy Steve Knox. He was the one dressed up like the...
Like lunch.
Thank you. Let's give a hand to JPD Canines and Decoy Steve Knox. Apparently, Officer Knox kept running.
I would too.
All right, Officer Hageman, Officer Mahaffey, Canines Caro.
And Hardy.
And Hardy. Now, because a lot of us love dogs, a lot of us enjoy that demonstration the most, but the one that probably is not for the faint of heart is about to start.
As we all know, police officers sometimes have to control uncooperative or combative people. The Janesville Police Department added electronic control devices, or ECDs, as a tool to help them in these situations. There are several electronic control devices on the market today. The Janesville Police Department uses the TASER as their ECD tool. The police department's primary goal is to preserve the peace and protect people from getting hurt. While there is no one best tool for every situation, the ECD is faster and more effective in more situations than many of the other tools or the options officers have available to them. So when the ECD is used, the number and degree of injuries is generally lower. The JPD has been using the TASER since 2004. The TASER is yellow in color, worn on the officer's gun belt on the opposite side from where their firearm is located. This helps reduce confusion during high-stress situations. Now, before a TASER is deployed, the officers use communication skills in an attempt to correct a person's resistive behavior. This is the same with any tool used. Each officer at the JPD is required to pass an 8-hour training session before they can carry the TASER, and they have to recertify every 2 years. Most officers during that training voluntarily take an exposure to the TASER to better understand the effects. They're not required to take an exposure. Do any of them have accidental exposures? You're not going to answer that.
Where are you contestant? Well, as I understand it, we have 4 very brave, typical residents who have volunteered. Now, what's most unique about this, I don't know if you talked about it, Rose, is they actually spent the last few weeks trying to raise money to help both their charities and the Janesville Police Department. Now, maybe some of you saw them. They had pins that said things like, "Come on, tase me." Did anybody see that or hear about that? All right, now we're going to see them, but I understand there's 4 of them. Is there a reason why they are cowering down here? Yeah, you guys, you want to come this way. Trust me. You've signed the waivers. It's too late to walk out now.
Give them a big hand.
Big
They
hand.
volunteered.
And now we're going to get to know our contestants. Come on down. Contestant number 1. You look like a military man. Can I have your name?
My name's Bob Fay.
All right, Bob Fay, as I understand, you work with the Salvation Army.
That's correct.
Now, what did you do to have the privilege of being here tonight to demonstrate this non-lethal security force?
I simply got permission from my wife.
Now, I see your wife standing right here. Did you volunteer as well?
I did not, but if you gave me $1,000, I'd do it.
Anybody got $1,000? She'll do it right now. They're raising money. Who are other contestants, Jim? Oh, you're not? Are you? Are you? Oh, you come out here. Everybody thinks you're brave. All right. Sarah Kopp. Who do you represent tonight, Sarah?
Represent. I work for Perfectly Plus Women's Consignment.
Who'd you raise money for then?
I raise money for Can Do and the Crime Shop.
Where's Perfectly Plus?
Down on Racine Street.
All right. What do you specialize in?
Plus size women's clothing.
I figured you deserved to plug, considering you're about to get plugged. All right. Finally, there was 4, right? Where are the rest? Oh, okay. How many in the crowd have been tased? I'm just curious. I know a couple have as part of the different. One right. Did you? Oh. All right. You heard the questions. You should have the answers. What's your name?
Luke Ludwig.
Who do you represent?
Can Do.
All right, and how much? I won't ask you how much money you raised. That might be embarrassing. Did you raise a lot?
Yeah.
Were people generous?
Yes, they were.
Were they more generous when they found out what you were going to do?
No. They want me to do it.
Seriously? Jeez, that did well. Okay, do you know what you're up against?
Yeah, I've been explained everything.
Explain. Are you married?
No.
Okay, they'll explain what that's about before you get married too. All right, one more. Who's the 4th? Come on. Oh, hey. Mr. Jorgensen, who do you represent?
Can Do.
All right. And you raise money?
I raise money, yes.
I understand you did very well.
I did enough to do this.
All right, and why did you want to do it?
Can Do needs our support as much as possible, so as much as we can help, I'm happy to do it.
All right, there you have your 4 volunteers. They are very brave souls. They've done it for great causes, both the charities you heard and the Janesville Police Department, and of course, how many people would want to be tased. That's why I say they're very, very brave souls, because I would never do it. Lieutenant Hires, do you have a thumbs up? And I wonder what's worse, getting tased or waiting to get tased. All right, we have 1 thumbs up. Everybody else, good to go? One more good to go. All right, get ready. The countdown commences in 3, 2, 1. You know, I think Salvation Army Major Bob Fay got off easy. You know, you do get a second charge. You can reload those things. Yeah, if you were calling in favors from... Oh! All right. There you have it. We're going to find out what it was like. Now, oh, Mr. Jorgensen. It's not my fault. Oh! That's only a 1 to 2 second charge. Typically, the discharge is for 5 seconds. Let's have a round of applause for our 5 volunteers.